Sporting Lisbon willing to listen to offers of £70 million for Viktor Gyokeres. So are we been calling him Gorkies? We're getting to know him, getting to know his name. It seems like United will be in this fight mainly because of our man, Ruben Amorim. He's lighting up Europe. He's playing extraordinarily well. The 26-year-old Swedish player has a contract with Sporting through 2028. This is coming from the BBC. It's been heating up. Apparently, us and City are in for the man. Manchester United have made contact. We're talking. We got no money. That's the issue here. What do you make of this signing? Do we need a striker right now, or are there other holes in this team that we got to sort out?
Yeah, I don't... hell of a player. Obviously playing unbelievable football. He scored 5 goals in 5 games in the Champions League. He's 16-12 in the Portuguese league. I think this type of transfer is of a bygone era for the moment. Until we get the cash ripping at United and we're a Champions League team year in, year out. I just don't see us splashing in $70 million for a striker at the moment. You know, we have so many needs. Striker is one of them, but I think we're going to have to go like the Maz route. Loans, young players you haven't heard of, young players breaking through, and a striker who hasn't quite hit this level of form. And I'd love to have a player of his ability, but I just don't feel like we have the cash available. And if you blow 70 on a striker, maybe that's not the best use of our money given where we're at. We need a bunch of we need many, many fullbacks. We also need a striker. So doing these kind of big shot transfers, I think that's going to go away for a little bit.
Well, here's the deal. This isn't coming in January, for the record. This is going to be in the summer, and there's going to be big moves. United's going to make big moves in the summer, and as far as the cash situation of United, that could be solved in a lot of ways, right? I think there's going to be some more commercial deals. They're going to be selling out a little harder, maybe getting some of the cash in those coffers, other than increasing the ticket prices to fans. They're going to do everything they can to get juice out of this club, including Dalot on the block for Real Madrid for 50. Right, so if you sell Dalot for 50, which if you're getting 50 for Dalot, you sell him.
Ain't happening, bro. Come on. They want
They're talking about...
they want Trent.
I know they want Trent. It could be a bluff. Who knows? But at the end of the day, they need a player. Madrid's not doing great. They got a lot of money. It'd be nice to get some of that
coming our way.
Spanish cash.
Need some of that money flowing our way.
$50 million for Dalot, sold.
I'll drive him myself.
Bidder,
I'll drive him to fucking Madrid.
No, that's you'd value him around 25, 30.
Yeah,
get
your money back.
Get 50. Hey, we'll take it. And then you're could we do a deal like Gyokeres, as we're learning how to pronounce his name correctly? It's interesting, but left wing back is a problem. There's a lot of players we got to sell. We do have if you were to say, what are our top needs? Got plenty of center backs. Probably need another midfielder with Eriksen heading out, Casemiro heading out. But it's really left wing back and number 9. We're so off the mark. I mean, the midfield you can get through with Ugarte and Bruno right now. You got Mason Mount who can play in the 3. We don't have a number 9. We don't have a left wing back. To me, those are the top 2 priorities. So if you could address it and sell Dalot, get Gyokeres in, because really Ahmad is a right wing back. Dalot's kind of surplus requirements playing out on the left wing back. Sell him for 50, get Gyokeres, then get creative, get a left wing back. You're good.
You still need a right wing back to replace Dalot.
Is he playing there right now?
No, well, because we don't have a left wing back, so he's playing on the left side. But you're going to need a second body.
He's
at right wing back.
Put him there behind Maz. If you looked at right wing back, you'd be Ahmad and Maz are those guys, and he's surplus requirements. And it's you need someone who can play on the left side, and he ain't it. And so if you're going to get 50, you take that down, then you maybe move some money to striker. There's an argument. Dalot doesn't really. He's a decent player. You'd like to have him be on the squad, but as Amorim seeing it, he's not really necessarily fitting in exactly into any spot as the top number 1 guy. And if Real Madrid's going to give you number 1 money, that's kind of why you would take it.
Yeah, trust me, if they offered us 50 million euros, pounds, dollars, whatever, we'd take it in a fucking instant. I don't buy that rumor, but I have to agree with you. If we're going to do a deal like this, 70 million pounds for a striker who, appears to be the real deal. I don't know how much of it is just form, but he is playing lights out. We're going to have to do deals. And whether that's selling Dalot, selling Luke Shaw, like we talked about, I don't know if you can sell him with his injury concerns, but maybe you can because the English angle, we're going to have to be creative going into the summer. So you're going to have players who are leaving anyway in Eriksson who are not going to get a re-up, and then you're going to have to look at players like Shaw and Dalot who probably fit in the bluffer camp about,
You got
if there's a deal to be done, do a deal
cart
now.
full of pies. He comes with a cart full of meat pies, sir. It's like it's gonna be a sad
We
day.
got to try and sell him. If we can sell him, we should take that opportunity. But I think it's gonna be a challenge because he hasn't been fit in years.
Yeah, this latest injury concern is like I'm good with the Instagram apologies, man. You come back, you look out of shape. Like I think there's something else going on, and it's like those meat pies. He won't go to the impossible meat pie. He just needs that old English shepherd's pie.
He got his last contract.
He can't stop eating.
The problem is they get these
them.
last big contracts, and these players at United just start sliding.
Also when Rooney came out and kind of hit him with the people are fit and they're not playing because they're waiting for the Euros. I felt like he's calling out Luke Shaw.
He was. Of course he was.
His own countryman kind of
because he knows it. And also he was a guy that had challenges with fitness sometimes.
But this will be a thing of the past, right? We're not gonna have players that can't get fit at United.
Right.
Like Amorim's not that type of guy. Like Gyokeres, he looks pretty fit to me. He doesn't eat many meat pies.
He
Looks
he hasn't moved to England. Yeah, they don't have meat pies in Lisbon.
He's eating that lean cuisine.
Whitefish. That's
Swedish
whitefish.
He's been great over the last year. Every manager is going to get their guy, and see the issue I would have with Gorky as I would say coming in is a lot of his goals are on the cutback, and we don't really have a lot of guys cutting it back. So you can put him in this team. We're not going to score a lot of goals. So I'd rather see the left wing back come in. That's got to be the top priority. Sorting out the wing backs, shoring up the back three, the midfield, and then you could add, this is the cherry on top. It might be too soon. We'll try. The club has to look like they're trying for the manager, right? And if he goes somewhere else, so be it. You would hope it wouldn't be in the English Premier League, right? That's the one thing that they're trying to be a little defensive of Amorim, most likely to say, hey, if he comes, we don't want him to be in the EPL at least.
But that's hard. That's a hard gamble to take, sir, because outside the EPL, there's not a lot of big money buyers these days, right?
Is he going to City though?
PSG.
They got Holland.
But Holland is going to leave as soon as Pep leaves, and he'll probably go to Spain. I would think. I could see him with the Mbappe experiment not working. I guess Real doesn't take an L.
Who could have seen that coming?
Yeah, they don't take an L, so they're going to get Holland at some point. He could be a replacement for them. But he could go to a team like a Newcastle. He could go to a team like Villa, right? When they start having more money, if they're finishing in the Champions League or at least in Europe consistently. So there's not a lot of buyers outside of England. It's literally PSG, the two big Spanish teams, and maybe Bayern if they're feeling frisky. And that's really it. So they could play at this level of price. But there's half a dozen teams in the EPL that probably can as well. So we'll see. He's a player to watch. But like you said, I don't think we're ready for this big money elephant gun signing yet. We need small ball, pots and pans, and you get him in a couple of years or his equivalent in a couple of years because I don't know if it makes sense.
Well, you heard it here. Lots of questions on the transfer strategy at Manchester United. We're going to keep you posted on all fronts. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Only around 80% of the people who watch our videos actually subscribe. Do us a favor. Please subscribe. Hit like. We're a small channel growing out here trying to get the best Manchester United fan content out there, and we'll see you on the next one.